What is fortnightly?
Every 2 weeks.
Oh.
So bi-weekly?
What, you guys call it bi-weekly?
Or we say every 2 weeks. What's fortnightly? Isn't Fortnite a game?
Spread good, baby. What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 34 of the Spread Good podcast. My name is Brodi Nicholas, back with the right-hand man, Mr. Celebrate Life. How you doing?
Doing great. Celebrating life. It's a little cold and ugly outside, but it's beautiful in Spread Good HQ.
Yeah, nice and cozy today.
Yep.
Got some rain here in LA, Orange County. But nonetheless, we're very excited for our guest today. Today we have Debbie Sath, actor, content creator, philanthropist. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for asking. How are you guys going?
Great. How are
Doing
you
great.
guys going? Is that an Australian way of saying how are you doing?
Yes, pretty much.
I like that. Okay,
Nice.
cool. That's actually the first thing we're going to get into is you are from Australia.
I am Aussie, born and raised from Melbourne, Southeast.
Wow. Very cool. Do you go home often?
I usually go about once a year, but I decided not to go this year because I did a whole month of traveling to Asia, and I'm just like, I'm done with traveling. I don't want to be on an airplane for a really long time.
What part of Asia did you go to?
I went all around, actually. I went to Taiwan, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, India,
Wow.
and I
That's
went to a few
trip.
different areas in the countries as well. Yeah.
Nice. Those are all the places that I've never been to, but I want to go to one
Oh,
day.
you should visit
Yeah.
Cambodia, Siem Reap, and see the Angkor Wat and watch the sunrise. It's beautiful, breathtaking. Definitely like a must do before you die.
Yep, I see a lot of pictures on Instagram of that place. Definitely want to go one day.
Put that on the list.
Yep.
A lot of places to see.
Australia is another place I want to go.
Yeah. I have not been to Australia yet.
Me neither.
So, you know, us Americans looking at Australia, we see like kangaroos. Is that really a common thing? Do you like just see them hopping around or?
We pretty much ride them to school every morning. I'm kidding.
Oh,
But no.
you thought it was true.
Sorry.
I got so excited. I was like, what am I doing out here? Wow. She got me.
No,
First she beats me in ping pong and all right.
I mean, I'm from rural, so like seeing cows and seeing like farm animals is normal. But if you drive further out, that's when you can see a kangaroo, but you don't see them often because, like, especially in the city, they're not going to be there.
Just out. Okay.
But the spiders,
Yeah.
that's the thing that you'll see every single day, no matter where you are. It'll come for you, and they're big in Australia.
Yeah, Australia has like the most bugs, right? The most bugs.
Yes,
In the world.
dangerous bugs, dangerous spiders, and snakes. And our spiders, they reach up to like 30 centimeters, like that big.
What?
Or is that in a joke? Or?
No, that's not a joke. I'm being
this is
serious.
real.
Their legs are long. Yeah.
I'm scared of spiders.
Yeah,
Come visit.
Are you scared of spiders?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, those are huge.
I mean, even though I was born and raised in Australia, and I see spiders so often when I go home, there's like 6 in the bathroom waiting for me. But like, I could never get over my arachnophobia. I think like when you experience a really big spider, you can't just kill them with a spray. You need weapons. You need a few things to kill the spiders. You need your spray, and you need like a really big shoe, like a boot. Like one time in my bedroom, there was a spider, like, it was around that big with a really big butt that came out of my mirror. Sorry. Where did it come out? It came out of my light, actually. And my brother, he's like a 6'1", big stocky guy. I asked him to help me kill it. He was scared shitless. He came
that's
in with the spray and the weapons, and he couldn't do it either. So yes,
No, I
just to
can't
give you
do
an
it.
insight.
I would throw a basketball at it. No.
That's actually a good idea. It's a weapon.
Sometimes they jump.
Oh,
They'll
jump
come
too?
after you. Yeah.
all right. I
Maybe
still wanna go to
no,
Australia, but
I don't know. Yeah. So what about surfing? Is there a lot of surfing in Australia?
Yes, especially in Queensland. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never come around to it. So it is on my bucket list, like one day to like learn surfing and, you know, maybe catch a wave in like Hawaii or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love Hawaii. We go there often as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Favorite place.
It's one of my favorite places too.
Yeah.
Like the pokey and the malasadas.
Oh my gosh, Walter's going crazy off cam. But
Oh, really?
Me and Walter have gone to Hawaii 3 times this year in the last year.
I love it.
We just go to get pokey and
Yes,
hang out. Yeah.
I literally go to
Foodland?
Yes, Foodland and Leonard's. Oh my
Oh,
god.
you know Leonard's?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is best episode of 2023.
It is. Oh my god.
wow.
So my mouth is watering.
Yeah, we need a pokey
we're all
sponsor,
hungry.
by the way. If you want to sponsor the pod,
Pokey and malasadas. You can fly some this
Yep.
way. That would be lovely.
or we'll just keep going back to Hawaii. Yeah, yeah. We actually wanted to shoot episodes out there because it's just amazing. That's like we love Hawaii. So very
I don't
cool.
know. This is something about the island, just like the vibe, the people, just like I don't know. Everyone's so relaxed there. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
But wow, I'm still the pokey man. I think
still-
that's what we're getting for lunch, by the
still
way.
thinking about the
So,
spiders.
pokey, yeah,
Really?
I know. But hold on, where was I?
So
at?
when did you move over here to the U.S.?
I moved here about almost 6 years ago, so about 5.5 years.
What brought you over here?
I moved here to pursue acting, actually. I had a background in modeling for over 10 years. So I was doing, I was like an import model, but I was also doing print modeling, and I was also a ring girl for Fox Sports in Australia. And then I was like, oh, I need to like branch out and, do something different because, I love like just growing and trying new things. So I was like, okay, let's try acting. So I was like, okay, might as well just move to Hollywood and just try my luck at it, see
Go
how we
for
go.
it.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of creative things from modeling, acting, dancing. Have you always been like that? Like in 7th grade, was that always your thing?
Actually, yes. Funny that you mentioned that. I've always been a creative growing up. I think it's because I suffered from dyslexia when I was younger, but my gifts lied in entertainment and arts. So, like, every time there was like an art competition, I'd win, or like there was a play. My teacher would choose me to like play lead, things like that. And then when we were in high school, I started entering dance competitions, and every time I would enter a competition, I would always make top 3, no matter who I was dancing with or what group. And then in year 11, year 12, like first place after high school, got into dancing. I was in this really, really shitty dance crew, and like people were laughing at us. But that wasn't because of me, it's because of the guys that couldn't dance. And then I decided to make my own crew, and then we got really good. We started winning competitions, we started getting paid to dance at the clubs, we started doing corporate gigs as well, and then afterwards I followed into modeling.
What kind of dance did you do?
Our crew was kind of like, I had this idea. I was like, I'm going to make this super crew, and the crew is going to be like hip hop dancing. It's going to have crumpets. It's going to have like lockers. It's going to have break dancers, and it's going to have like people who are doing tutting and threading. And that's why we got popular, because our dance crew just wasn't just hip hop. We just had like the guys in the group were like b-boys. So when there was a b-boy competition after dance competition, they were really good. They would win. They would win the competition of their own. So they had like a name for themselves as well as in our crew as well. Yeah, everything.
Nice.
Even crumping.
Have you heard of Cabo Modern, America's Best Dance Group?
I have, yeah.
My wife was on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Long
that is
time
so
ago.
awesome.
Yep. They were on MTV. They still to this day dance at weddings and everything.
I watched them
Yeah.
actually when I watched in Australia back when. So it was a So You Think You Can Dance, or was it America's Best Dance Group?
America's Best Dance Group.
Yeah, we used to watch that in Australia, and we didn't have anything like that of that similar scale in Australia. So I think the closest thing was this different type of dance show that got axed because Australia wasn't really into the dancing as much as America. But yeah, we did follow that, and we admired that so much.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's so cool.
Did you dance when you came over here, or you were done with dancing?
I was done with dancing, and then when I tried, I just realized how rusty and embarrassing I was. So I'm just like, probably not. However, I did take some heels classes in Playground in Melrose. You know, have you heard of the dance school Playground?
No.
It's a dance crew that Robin Atten, the Pussycat Dolls founder,
Oh,
she
okay.
created. And I forgot one of the dancers. He's on that show Footloose. He also choreographers there as well.
Nice.
Something Mormac. I forgot. Andy Mormac. I don't know. Sorry. I don't
Nice.
know.
No worries. I can't dance. I just.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You look like a dancer.
I know everyone says that. My wife thought I was a dancer, but no, I just play basketball. Just play basketball and talk shit.
So true.
Yeah.
But when you came to LA, did you come by yourself? So how was
Yeah.
that? Like traveling like very far to chase a dream, like all on your own?
Yeah, I have to say that's probably one of the most scariest things I've ever did in my whole entire life. Just pack your whole life in a short period of time with 2 suitcases, nothing but a dream. Had no plans. I just came here, stayed at an Airbnb, which I thought I was staying by myself, but it turns out that they had rented the other rooms. So I was staying with a bunch of strangers. Anyway, it's kind of a funny story. I was pissed off then, but I laugh about it now. And yeah, I was just gonna see where the world took me. I think I had like an amazing support system back at home that kind of like offered me emotional support when I was feeling a bit lonely. And within a few years, I made some friends. Well, actually, I made some friends at first, and then like they were kind of into, they were just not the type of people I wanted to surround myself with. So I changed my number and I was like, deuces, bye. And then I was like, I just rather be alone, just hang around like good people. But then like eventually I found my tribe and it's been amazing. I'm surrounded by like the most amazing people who are kind-hearted, who like, you know, are passionate about what they do, who like are so, you know, enthusiastic about philanthropy and giving back to the community. And it's just been great.
I love that because so I'm from California, but Northern California. So when I moved here, not as drastic as going to another country, but it was like a big deal for me to come down here. And I remember a lot of people would like give me shit like, oh, like people are so fake out there. And it's like, there's fake people everywhere. It's like what you put out, you receive, right?
Oh,
and,
100%.
And so I
Yeah.
remember that first year I was living in Van Nuys.
Van Nuys, where's
It's like
that?
North Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just remember being out there grinding, working on, that's how I met Walter. We worked on a TV show together.
Oh, nice.
And just met these really good people,
Yes.
right? Because when you put good energy out, it comes back to you.
Right.
And I don't know, I think it's really cool how you kind of put that same thing out there. You might run into people that you're not vibe with, change the number and move on.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. I think that it's so funny because like a lot of the people that move to LA, they always get the same advice. They're just like, people there are fake. But like what you said, it's just that I'm just a firm believer that if you really want to surround yourself with good people, you have to be the good person yourself. You have to do good to attract the good. You're only going to be attracting who you are. You know what I mean?
So true. So
Yeah.
true. I love that. So you've been out here for 5.5 years. You've worked on a ton of projects we've
Yeah.
seen. What's been some of your favorite?
Oh, I have a few. There was one project that was really, really cool and just completely random. I got hired to be a cosplay model, and the company was called. I'm mind blanking right now. It was a really cool company,
You're all
but
good.
they were in the Guinness World Records every single year for building the biggest cosplay costumes. Oh, sorry, they're called extreme costumes.
There you go.
And so they would have like the ginormous bumblebee robots, and they hired me to be a bumblebee, and there was a bumblebee, and we went to Comic-Con in New York and got so much attention, and I got to meet a Power Ranger, which is so
Nice.
awesome, and we didn't have to wait in line. The Power Ranger came to us,
I love that. I love
so that was fun.
That is cool. And then are you currently working on any projects right now?
Yes, actually. I kind of dabble in a few things. So I got casted in my very first feature film next year. So
Congrats.
thank you. So I'm currently working on that. I also on the side like to write and produce, and on the side I'm working on a pilot. It's a comedy supernatural theme. And always content creating, of course.
Yes.
That's just always something that's like a part of what I do other than acting.
For sure. And that's actually what drew me to your page is like we were talking about before we started shooting. We've met some of your friends, and I love the content that you put out. It's always just like funny. It makes people laugh, makes people smile. It's spreading good. So what's inspired you to make the content that you make?
I think, oh, that's a really a very deep question. Sorry.
Yeah, we go deep here.
I think I really just wanted to contribute, like just spreading positivity in the world. And I wanted to do that through making people happy, through laughter, through uplifting people's spirits. I think prior when I got into the modeling scene, I was like, you know, getting viral and stuff. And it was like kind of like it was on a wave of like promoting lust. And I'm like, okay, well, been there, done that. What else can I do? And I realized doing sketches, doing comedy, making people laugh, to me, it's more fulfilling. And to know that, you know, I'm uplifting people, you know what I mean? Kind of makes me really happy. Yeah. And that's why I got into it.
I love that. I'm actually in like a transitional point in my life, and I've been having fun doing the skits and like making content. And I love the journey of like actually, it's almost like making a little mini movie.
Yes.
But it's so cool because we can do this on our iPhones.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like, that's what I've been having fun with.
Yeah, that's the thing about it being fun. If it's like, if you want something to be long-term and sustainable, it has to be something that one, you're having fun, and two, you're passionate about. Because some people, you know, are on the grind just making content, pumping out content, but it's not fun for them, and then they get burnt out, and then it messes with their mental health. Do you know what I mean?
So true.
So like, that's just my number one thing that I always want to be aligned with, is just like fun and passion. That's the thing.
That I love that. And with your content creation, seeing that you're doing it to have fun and collaborating with all these good people, do you do it like every day? Like how does it work for you at scale? Like, are you writing every day? Are you making these sketches? Everything you shoot, does it go up? Are you cutting things? Like, what is your process like?
Content creation is actually my second priority. So acting's first. So because it is second priority, I am filming a lot of content for my friends. So that is sometimes weekly or 2 to 3 times a day. In terms of my own content and brand deals, I have 2 processes. If I have the time, I can write it, edit, film it myself on the phone. But I also have my production team on the side too. So I have writers, I have editors, I have camera people, ADs, and I even tell my friends to like be in the sketches or the brand deals too. Or it's on a smaller scale. And yeah, I don't so much focus on like more of my content. I think I'm still in the niche of trying to find what my niche is. I do love acting, so I have recreated like some movie sketches, but other than that, I have like other sketches about like the product in terms of my brands. But yeah, I've been kind of reposting some of my friends' content too, and that does really well as well. And when I spoke to people from Instagram, they were saying that that's actually a strategy as well. So I'm like, okay, so I've been doing that. But yeah.
Yeah, we've been looking up different Instagram strategies and like collaborating with other people. And did you know that the algorithm now has like face recognition?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
so I try to put my face in everything.
So the algorithm goes higher.
Yeah. So that's why, because we'll do pieces of like viral content. And sometimes like our face isn't in it because it's like about a guest or whatever, right? But then we saw this, it was a podcast. I can't remember who this was, but recently, they talked about Instagram is doing face recognition. So if you know on your explore page, you'll see kind of like the same people, right?
Oh.
But if you, so this one's pretty like known, so it's fine. But like Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
I'll go to my explore page and I'll see a bunch of Jake Paul videos.
Okay.
I'll click on one. Jake Paul didn't post that. It's like boxing CCO or, you know, like Inspire Fit posted this Jake Paul video. So basically all these accounts are just content creator accounts that are just boosting the algorithm for Jake Paul.
Oh my God, that is so, I'm mind blown.
Yeah, right? And so were we.
Whoa.
The other day, we're like, we work so hard on these pieces of content that go out to Spread Good Squad, which is good. We're passionate about it. But like, it talks about you can actually recreate that piece of content by just changing the color of the font and then posting it on a motivational podcast.
Oh my God.
profile. Yeah, right?
Okay, well, I think like I'm surprised, but also not surprised because technology
It just keeps evolving.
It just keeps on evolving, and we always just have to keep catching up and being what's on the trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, content creation.
What did that guy say? 5,000 videos a month?
Oh, yeah.
We're like, we are not close to
I'm
that.
not doing that.
Who's close to that? Who
That's-
is sane?
Right? Like, that is a lot of videos.
Yeah.
That is...
So I know you said content creation for you was second. When did you start like creating content for Instagram and social media? Like right when you got over here?
Yeah, actually, when
Okay.
I moved here, I got reached out to be in a sketch, and I was like, I hadn't even had any acting classes. I'm like, okay, sure, let's see how I go. And after that, I was like, wow, this is actually really fun. Maybe I should get some experience like in the sketches. And because where I lived on Vine Street, and a lot of the content creators were living there, and just by accident, they needed somebody there and then on the same, I think it's like an hour shoot, and they're like, can you do the shoot? I was like, okay.
Just walked outside.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just kind of just rippled there, and then I just got asked to be in content, and that's how I learned how to make my own content. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
That is really cool. Yeah, living in LA, I will say, because now we live 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
But it really is different because being there, everybody's making content, and you're able to meet so many people doing the same thing, which is really, really fun.
Yeah, it's a grind over there. They're making content. They're working very hard. They're hustling. Some of them like don't have a life, and that's okay though if that's what they want.
Yeah. And so, how do you find balance with it all? Seeing that you stay so busy with the content, like. I guess I never even asked, like, do you have a personal life? Do you do other things?
Yeah. I think balance is so important because for me, like, self-care is self-love. So I put that first above everything. So I'm always checking in with my mental health. How am I feeling? And then I have my morning routines, and then I have the things that I do, which is like, okay, I have classes, and I have a few classes. I got acting classes. I have private lessons. I do singing. I do my tricking class, and then sometimes my accent class. So that, and then me filming for my other friends' content. Which is work for me, and then what I can fit in brand deals, and then private life. I have a lot of friends going out. I I am a mom to a dog and a cat.
Cool.
So it gets busy.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, we've learned that a lot the last couple of years, how important balance is.
So important. I mean, if you don't look after yourself, and if your cup's not full, how are you supposed to take care of the work that you do and the people around you?
We've learned that the hard way. Yeah. Because sometimes we get so caught up with like the traveling and the projects and the momentum, right? Because it's our job to keep the momentum up.
Yes.
And we just had a lot of moments personally, like as good friends,
Yep.
with our families, where like, you don't even realize you're missing like major events being there for other people, which is great, but also it's like you said, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't really kind of understand and realize that. It's just like when you're in the industry and you're working, and you really can sometimes get caught up in that, but having to take a step back and kind of just like, check in with yourself, like, how am I feeling today? Do I have energy? Do I not? What's draining me? I'm very introspective, so like working on myself is something that I will always have for the rest of my life. But like just the little things like that is what keeps your cup full. Yeah.
So
It's crazy because a lot of the things that you just said are things that our previous guests would say about taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, self-love, self-care. So yeah, it's just great that you're aware of that. I think we're trying to be more aware of that as friends, as business partners. And yeah, just talking to our friends, making sure that they're aware of it too.
Yeah, energy is so contagious. It's like, how they say you're the one of 5 people that you hang out with. So that's why if you hang around people who are doing all of that, you'll eventually absorb that. And when you do that, it's like a contagious ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're all here to help each other.
Yeah,
exactly.
All here to spread good. Yeah.
Exactly. This is what the podcast is about, right?
Right. So before we get to that, because I'm really excited about some of the ways you spread good, but one question, just because we're on this topic.
Yeah.
So let's say you wake up on a Tuesday, you have a busy schedule with content, brand deals, maybe an audition, and you are just not feeling great. Your mental health is just out of place. You're aware of that. What is something that you do for yourself?
Honestly, if I'm not feeling good, I will always put myself first. If it's not important, I will cancel and reschedule until I'm 100%. If it's like an important audition, then I will probably reschedule everything else to focus on my audition. Because anything like acting wise and audition wise, these are the stuff that fulfills me, because acting is my passion. So it's like, all the things that fulfill me, that give me passion and give me like fun and creativity when I'm empty is like that. But everything else, it will take a second seat. And I'm okay with that, because I think it's important to kind of give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Love that answer. Love that.
What do you do on a Tuesday when you don't feel like doing anything? What do you do?
It's so funny you say that, because I usually just do it all and I'm miserable.
Really?
Yeah. And so recently, I haven't even told you this. All right, here we are.
Oh,
so
okay. We're listening.
2 weeks ago, the Spread Good squad got asked to be part of this charity event at this high school to go meet these kids, and like they're all looking forward to meeting me. And I love kids. Like that's like my thing. I really like, just like being around that, right? And talking to them. And I woke up that day. There were so many things. Like there was like some administrative stuff that wasn't getting done with like one of the team members. I was like on the phone with like a company trying to get it done for them because it was like my name. It was I think it was like a payroll thing or something. So like usually our team can handle everything.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 things that like, cause my name, like I have to be the admin, so I'm like on this call waiting, even though it's not even like shouldn't even be a big deal. Right.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to be at this high school at noon. And then I think one of my like workouts got canceled that I was supposed to go to. And then it just, all this stuff was like spiraling and I have to go like be Brody at this high school in 45 minutes
wow.
in Costa Mesa, by the way. It was like a 30-minute drive. And I remember just sitting there, like kind of like having a moment like this is just like a lot. And like, and so I just sat there for a second and I like thought about what's the worst thing that can happen. And it's like nothing. Cause like Nick and the rest of the guys are going to go. So I remember calling you. Do you remember this? I called you and I was like, yo, I'm dealing with this payroll thing. I'm stuck on this call. You probably didn't even know the severity of it because I didn't tell you, but I was like, hey, I know I'm supposed to go do this like appearance, but like, are you guys good? He's like, yeah. Like, are you there right now? I was like, no, I'm not there. I'm at home. Like, but that's the other thing. We had another podcast guest coming right after. Yeah. So I knew that if I rushed, was like upset, wasn't there, then it would lead into the podcast. So it was the same thing. I was like,
yourself first.
Yeah. And I felt really bad about not meeting the kids, but I was like, are you guys good? I remember asking you like, yeah, we're good. We're going to go give them the shirts. We're going to like do the thing. And I was like, cool. I'll see you at the pod at 2. And I remember I went on a walk in a park.
Yeah.
Because now I had 2 free hours.
Yeah.
I figured out the payroll thing, went on a walk, and I was fired up that podcast. And I was brand new. But I just know myself, it would have just spiraled all the way into doing all the things 50% and then being like so like out of it at the end of the night.
Exactly. That's what it is. Self-love, self-care, pouring into your cup so you have abundant water to fill everybody. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly what it is.
So I didn't even realize I did that recently. But yeah, I'm trying to be more aware because again, the old me would just run it and just do it all. But again, if I can't even be present, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah, thank you. Little rant, but all right.
Not a rant at all.
Yeah.
Spreading good.
Yeah. So speaking of, you spread good by making people laugh, smile through your content, but we have learned about you that you spread good through your philanthropy as well.
Yes.
So tell us a little more. I know there's quite a few things, but what's something that you're currently involved in?
Some of the things I'm currently involved in. Definitely animal rescue has been something that I've been like doing my whole life. When I was in Australia, I was in animal foster care for 2.5 years, and we rescued dogs, cats, rabbits, rehabilitated animals that were abused or had like medical conditions, and retrained them. And I'm also in the Big Brother Big Sister program, so it's like mentoring youth that are like, or underprivileged people that need help. So I've been doing that for about 1.5 years now. My little, she's so cute. Her name's Sanha. She's Korean. And side note, we actually got chosen to be in the campaign, the commercial. So if you see us on the billboards, let me know.
That is cool.
This year we also, so the year prior, I got with the group of HB Entertainment to do like a charity dating show to raise money for Caring for Cambodia. So we were able to raise funds for the kids to study, and then we went to Cambodia, and we also, me and my best friend, we bought like supplies, school supplies, and went to visit the kids this year, and they are so beautiful.
That is so cool.
Highlight of the year. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you got to go and meet the kids that you were directly impacting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. And they were so happy to see us too. I think it's just seeing the smiles on their faces. It's just like an image that would probably stay with me forever. It just makes me want to just like, help more in the future, do more, and just like spread more awareness, just all the things like that.
Wow. That's
amazing.
Fired up.
You do a lot. But with the Big Brother, Big Sister, what's that little girl's name?
Her name's Sanha.
How old is she?
She's 11.
11. So what do you do like in that program?
So basically, our roles involve not only just being a mentor, but just being like an emotional support. So being like I play basically an older sister. All the things that she has going on at home, I just offer a safe place that she can rely on emotionally, mentally, anything she wants to talk about. Also, I'm there to help her like to get better at school. But most of the time when we spend time together, it's basically we just do a lot of fun stuff. So we go out to eat. She loves sushi. I took her to Disneyland for her birthday. She wanted to go to an escape room. That was a dream. So we went to an escape room. Just the little things, but
Did you guys escape?
we kind of did. Well, we didn't do it on time, but the lady
okay.
was just being nice to us because Sunha was 11. So kind of cheated, but we won. But
Okay.
yeah.
You escaped. You escaped.
Yes, we did.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've always wanted to be part of that. Just didn't have the time, but I think Big Brother Big Sister is an awesome program.
And is that your first little?
Yes, my first little. I always thought about maybe fostering and adopting in the future because my parents were foster carers. We took in 2 fosters when I was in high school. So, but I thought, baby steps. Let's start with the Big Brother Big Sister campaign, see how I go, and then we'll take it from there.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Have you met any other people involved in the program?
I think my wife did it for.
She did that too?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
which
awesome.
one? Was it the Big Brother Big Sister program of
It was
LA?
something similar, but it was in Irvine.
Oh,
Or-
nice.
Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to travel a lot. And me and my fiance, we were on this cruise and we had made some friends. And fast forward a year later, I was walking in this park and
Yeah.
I saw this girl I was on a cruise with. And she's like, Brody? I was like, hey, what's up? And she was with this girl. And I was like, oh, who's this? She's like, oh, this is my little from Big Brother, Big Sister. And I thought,
wow.
that's so cool. You guys just like go spend time together. You guys just,
That's all it is, spending
That's
time
awesome.
together. They just need sometimes somebody like to inspire them, to uplift them, to give them like good vibes. You know what I mean? Sometimes even confidence, you know? When I was spending time with my little, she was just so shy. She would cover her face. She wouldn't take her mask off. Her hair was covering her face. She didn't want to take photos. And then just to see her blossom and get confident, move schools and make friends, she formed her own group. And then when we were filming the commercial, she was like singing and dancing in front of the camera. I'm just like, oh my God, this is like a huge breakthrough. It's just like, never underestimate just the power of just like, just the little things that just kind of bring people, joy and confidence.
Yeah. That's
So
that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
that's so cool.
Does your little know that you're Instagram famous? Does she like watch your videos and stuff? Does she watch your content?
Well, kind of. She does tell her friends. She's like, my big sister's famous, and I'm like, well, I don't think I'm famous. I'm just like, I'm trying to be humble. I don't know. No, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not famous, but my daughters, whenever they see the Spread Good Squad, they're like, "Oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, you're
that's
famous."
so cute.
So one day, hopefully, I'll be famous. But
How old are they?
my oldest is 5, and the middle is 2.
Oh, still a baby.
So they're very little.
Yeah.
But they see me on YouTube, and they're so happy.
Oh, that is
Makes
so
me
cute.
happy.
Yeah.
But I just need to put my face on more content. So
Yep. So the algorithm hits.
Yep.
So
It'll happen.
yeah.
but no, that's really cool. Have you ever thought of shooting something with her or like doing like a sketch or a dance or
Actually, yeah, she wanted to do one of the dances, which is, you know that song, I Feel So Lonely. Oh,
Yeah.
that, I forgot what it's called. It was like a dance
Like a
trend, so we learned it
TikTok
together.
trend?
Yes,
Yeah,
and so I taught her and we filmed it for her. And she was so happy because she doesn't have an older sister or somebody to do that with her. Do you know
That's
what I
so
mean?
cool.
So, yeah, that was one of her highlights as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How often do you get to like spend time with her?
So it really depends on your situation. They say a certain amount of hours a month. So you can either spend all that hours a month or you can see them weekly or fortnightly, but I see her fortnightly.
That's so cool.
What is fortnightly?
Every 2 weeks.
Oh,
So bi-weekly?
What, you guys call it bi-weekly?
or we say every 2 weeks. What's Fortnite? Isn't Fortnite a game? Fortnightly.
Interesting.
would say that.
Bi-weekly. Got it.
Or every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's how you go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Every
2 weeks.
every two
Yeah.
weeks of okay, noted.
Where I'm trying to think. So like, so how do you go? It's like, how do you do?
Yeah.
in America.
How are you going?
How are you going? Yeah.
I'm
I
going.
like that.
What do you guys normally say?
What up?
What up?
What
Like
up?
D? What up? D
Oh,
D?
yeah. What up? Sup, Nick?
Yeah,
that's
sup.
that's what
Say sup.
our team members from the Philippines.
With a head nod too.
They go,
Sup.
That's
Yeah,
their
you
thing.
have-
Sup,
Oh, really?
Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this? Sup, Nick?
Yeah.
Sup,
Yep,
literally
exactly.
that.
Wow.
See, Tanya,
Exactly.
look, she just used your thing. Yep. Yeah, no, we flew 2 of our team members from the Philippines here for a month
Oh,
in
nice.
October.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we had them on the pod. They hung out here. And yeah, that was their thing when we'd come in the office. Sup,
Yeah.
Nick?
Sup.
Sup, Jared?
Nick?
They,
Sup.
so yeah,
Sup.
so that's how they say it.
You
Yeah.
guys have so much swag. It's so cool.
Trying.
Yeah.
But man, this has been really cool. I'm really glad that we got to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing, the helping the animals. Is that something that I know you worked with animal rescue, a specific one? So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I worked with an animal rescue in Australia called Homeless Hounds. They were non-profit and no-kill shelter as well. So any animal that was due to be put down or euthanized, they would rescue the animals and take them into the care, and then we'll distribute them. So yeah, that.
So you've been involved in nonprofits since even before you got here.
Oh yeah, I've been doing non-profits my whole life. If it wasn't that, it was something else. I think like helping with the community has been something that's been ingrained in me since a kid. If it was my parents who would help in the animals or the community, or it would be my school raising money to help give back to the community. It's just kind of like, I don't know, life.
Yeah.
Life, yeah.
Do you know where it came from?
Yeah, I'd probably say the biggest influence is school and my parents. Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So that's kind of like you, right? Getting involved in spreading good is just
Oh
like,
yeah, it's my brother, it's my family. Owning a home care, yeah, I think family is the biggest influence for all of us. But you said your parents also fostered.
Yeah, we took in 2 foster kids. One of them was my sister had a friend. It's kind of a bit of a sad story, actually. So she had a friend, and the dad left the mum, and the mum actually died. So she passed away from a heartbreak, and then she just didn't have a place to live anymore. So my mum decided to take her in, and she like lived with us until she finished school. The dad like just deserted her.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. So I think like just seeing my mum really just care for somebody else, I don't know, it inspired me, I guess. Yeah.
I think if you see your parents doing it, it becomes like that's what every family does, and it just becomes a natural thing. Versus like, I don't know, my family obviously we had a Down syndrome, my brother's Down syndrome, and we've always taken care of him, and then we started a home care, and it was just a natural thing for us. And I think that's what it sounds like for you. It's just
Yeah.
this is what my family does. It's not any different than what every other family would do.
Right. Wow. So is it your older brother or younger brother?
My older brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it Down syndrome. They should call it happy syndrome.
Yeah.
But anybody that I've met that has Down syndrome have been the most happiest, joyful
Yeah.
people. So just a
yeah.
random thought.
Yeah, it's true. My brother is happy. He always wants to have fun, and everyone we meet they're all just very happy compared to like us over here stressing out about stuff. They have no stress. They're just happy.
They really are. They really are the happiest people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually met somebody on Instagram the other day. Her son has Down syndrome, and they call it up syndrome.
Oh yeah.
And I'd
Yep.
never heard that before, and I thought that was so cool. It's like, yeah, it really is just up.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like it's society trying to put like a negative label on certain things when in my opinion, just think that the people who are different are the more superior people. But like, for example, ADHD, attention deficit. I don't think people have like attention deficit. It should be called something else, like hyperactive, superpower, magnificent person or something. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah, I like
I like that. We should make a shirt that says that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let me
really
know when
cool.
you do. I'll buy one.
All right. That's really cool. Yeah, no, they really are like the happiest people. We've talked about this, but yeah, when I'm, yeah, when I'm surrounded by people with disabilities, it gives me one, a dose of perspective, but two, just seeing how happy they are makes me happy. It's just it's weird. I don't know. I really feel that energy.
Yeah, I definitely have a soft spot for people who are neurodivergent, especially my favorite type of people are autistic people. I know it sounds so random, but the reason why I like autistic people so much is because they have literal thinking. Their words are just matched with what their brain is thinking. And not only that, but I've actually, my ex-boyfriend, he was Asperger's, but I don't know if they use that term anymore, 2.5 years. So it got me like really kind of understanding that, how they show empathy in a different way, but so closely linked to people with ADHD. I'm not self-diagnosed. I was about to say self-diagnosed. I am properly diagnosed ADHD. And how like people who are neurodivergent, like, how closely correlated it links and how it overlaps. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's true with autistic and Asperger's. Like the way they think about things are very direct. And so how was that? Like, is it something that you just kind of had to get used to, or because it makes you really have to understand from their perspective,
Exactly.
right? Because so you don't take things personal, right, or anything
Yeah,
like that, because
right.
they don't mean it exactly.
I think
that way.
like what happened was like I was just kind of just wanting to understand why the communication was so different. And I think having that type of empathy correlated into the empathy for myself, because when I was younger and I grew up differently and I wanted someone to understand me. Because when I was in school, I was like, oh, why am I so different? Why can't I get my work done? Why am I failing every school? Why am I, all this stuff. But it kind of went back to that and having to show, this is why this happened, or this is why they communicate differently. This is why they show empathy differently. It was just, me wanting to really understand that, but also deeper meaning of wanting to understand myself as well.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That makes
That is-
sense.
So before we let you go, if there is one thing that you'd want to tell younger Debbie before you moved to Hollywood, when you're trying to figure things out, figure out what you wanted to do, find your passion, spread good, what would it be?
Caught me off guard with that question. I would say to my younger self, I would just say, laugh as much as you want, find the joy, be happy, live your best life, and just make all the mistakes that you can, because that's what life is about, having fun.
So true.
That's true.
We've been talking about that a lot lately.
Yeah. Mistakes, that's how you get to where you are. You're never going to be perfect, so might as well allow yourself the opportunity to make mistakes.
I was talking about having fun.
Oh,
but
we having fun too.
Yin and yang.
we got deeper. All right.
All right, so we have one more little segment. This is called the Ask Brodi segment. So I have random questions from people on Instagram, but I'm going to ask Brodi, and I want you to answer them too.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is from Mariah Jade 6. You know her?
Yeah. Shout out, Mariah. What's up? What up? What up, Mariah?
Sup?
What country that you haven't been to yet have you always wanted to visit, and why?
So funny because it was Australia, but after hearing about these spiders, I don't know.
Come to Australia.
Yeah.
This is a joke. Not kidding.
Yeah, well, and I thought I was gonna get to ride a kangaroo, but I guess that's not real either.
Don't do that.
But funny enough, that was the answer, Australia, and then what a coincidence that you're from Australia.
Oh, that's amazing.
Australia, and then number 2 would be Greece. I think the Greek islands would be awesome, Mykonos, all those places, and then, but yeah, I mean Asia, obviously, Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think my number 1 would definitely be Egypt and see the pyramids. And second would be Africa, because I want to try some authentic fufu there.
Nice. All right, the next question from Siri. What is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you?
Ooh, that's a deep one. A lot of you know this. A few years ago, my mom was in a really bad car accident, and she kind of like basically passed away a few times and came back. Long story, as most of you know, but that was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. And that now she's fully recovered, which has been this crazy, awesome miracle to witness. But what it did for me is it gave me perspective. Not only going through something so hard and building all the way up, but because we had helped people for so many years, we helped cancer patients and families through these hard times. And I always saw it as just something that I really loved to do and help and give. But having my face on a GoFundMe was just something so wild. So I would never have thought that could be possible. So it gave me this new perspective of like empathy when giving and helping people as well, because yeah, some of these people that are in these hard situations, they're grateful for the gifts and the help, but like it's still a really tough, awkward time because they're used to working full time and traveling and raising their family, and they're thrown into these hard situations. So yeah, that was probably the hardest thing I've ever gone through.
Wow. So she's okay now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
great.
she comes to Spread Good HQ often.
Yeah.
She visits.
Yeah.
She's walking without her walker now.
That's great.
She has no more dialysis, and she is back to work. She's a project manager for Williams-Sonoma. So
I love that.
yeah, really high level job. And she went back in September and she's been crushing it. So yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. 3 years.
God and the universe on your side.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I love that.
thank you. What about you?
So this year, I experienced the most scariest thing I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. When me and my friend, I have a friend, and she's a Bollywood superstar. She got us like a sponsored beautiful palace in a place called Rajasthan. When we stayed there, there was like a demon in the room, basically. We experienced a poltergeist. And I have never experienced anything like this before. And my friend who doesn't believe in ghosts, so basically we couldn't sleep the whole night. The doors were like moving, even though it was heavy. The blankets were lifting up. It was like physically hurting, not like harming us. It pulled my leg. It yanked me, like not from the bed, but yanked me off like a little bit towards the bed. So traumatizing, and until this day I have PTSD from sleeping in hotel rooms, sleeping a certain way, because anyway, I had to get blessed twice because of this, because this entity followed me. That was the most scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And yeah, anyway.
That's pretty scary.
That's pretty crazy.
I don't know if you guys believe in that. Some people do, some people don't.
I
but
do.
You do?
Yeah, I've dealt with. Yeah.
You too?
Not that. Okay, so we're gonna go into ghost stories
Yeah,
now.
ghost
I think
stories
Walter
are-
needs to come in this episode because yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I was 17 in high school, and there was this town called Loomis. It's like the countryside of where I lived.
Yeah.
And there was this abandoned estate, like huge. I'm talking like
That's a red flag right there if you're gonna
yeah. But we were like 17, and back then I had no money, so I was like recycling cans. Still recycle actually, but I was recycling because you get 5 cents a bottle, you know. And so people would throw parties at this place, this abandoned mansion.
Yeah.
So I'd go pick up the beer bottles after, and I'll never forget. Me and my friends went, and we had gone to the garage, and we heard like tapping. And we're like, oh, it's just a tree hitting, you know? And we go and there's no trees outside.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Then we go to the pool house. This place was massive. It had like a barn, and then it had a ballroom detached.
Wow.
So we go up the stairs. I'll never forget this. And we go into this big ballroom. We're just hanging out. The windows are broken because people just like, again, just terrorize this place. And I'll never forget this train like goes by because it was by train tracks. And then you just felt the energy. I don't know if you've ever felt like
Yes.
spirit energy. You actually feel it.
Yeah.
And it just like, it rushes to a point where it gave me this like, gosh, it's so weird. This like burst of like, do I just jump out the window? Like, do I just get out of here? Do you know what I mean?
Like fear?
Yeah, like it's like, do I just go? We're on the second story, so it wasn't like crazy, but it was like, I was like, okay, hold on, and then the door slams behind us, and then this is where it gets crazy. That's when we're just like super like thrown off now. Like doors are closing. 3, 2, 1, run, and we just run to the door. I'll never forget this. The door isn't opening. It's just completely locked. And that's when I thought about jumping out the window. I was like, I'll just like sprain my ankle. I'm going to just go.
Oh my
And I finally
God.
we start kicking the door. We rip it open. This is where it gets wild. The door rips and the other half of the door is still there. We split the door in half.
And do you think whatever holding the door was still behind there holding the
Yeah,
door?
like, but have you ever seen a door split?
No.
It's split. Like we opened the door and there's still the door there. We just kicked the shit out of that, crawled out, and we never went back.
Oh my God.
And we bought Little Caesars pizza with the canned money, but
That is so scary.
it was wild.
You
It was
know,
wild.
my friends told me that if you experience things like that, or especially something not like a ghost, but like they say like demons or poltergeists are the ones that can create physical things. Ghosts can't do that. They say that when you experience something like that, it's because you're about to be closer to God, and whatever it is trying to sway you, which is weird because
Wow.
ever since that incident that I've had, I've never had the most blessings that I've ever had in my life. I had people messaging me, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, right after I got blessed twice. It was weird. Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the most important part of the story. That wasn't the first time we'd gone there because again, I've been like recycling cans there and
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
2 weeks before we had gone, and I know the guy's name, but I don't know if I should say it because he's passed away now. But the guy that lived there was like an ex-governor or something, and so we were going through all his stuff, like because it was completely abandoned. So this barn had these filing cabinets. So we're finding checks, we're finding all this stuff with this guy's name. I shouldn't say it, right? That's gonna
Nope.
okay. All right, I'm not gonna say the guy's
I'm
name.
trying to get hot.
Yeah, but yeah, and my friend is like taking stuff, like, and I'm like, dude, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Nope.
You know, and he's like, oh, it's fine. Like, they're like just keepsakes or whatever. He's like taking stuff from like the filing cabinets. And then I ended up Googling this guy and I found out that he was like this governor, this local celebrity, whatever. And he was older and he had dated like this really young woman. And supposedly she like beat him up and like he died there. So yeah, it was this crazy story. And then so that's rounding out the story. That's why when we went back that second time, I think whether it was not going to say his name or
Yeah,
not,
he was mad at you,
Like
you
we
know?
took his shit. You know what I mean?
that is scary.
Yeah. So I never went back after that.
That is really scary.
We're gonna Google this after, so you guys don't know so you know I'm not lying. I just don't want to say his name on air because
I believe
Yeah.
you guys. I've experienced too many things personally through family members and friends to kind of like, yeah. And to be honest, people who usually have the gifts of seeing and experiencing themselves, it's because, I was told to have like a certain light, which is kind of like, you know, moth to a flame when they see the light. It also attracts negativity as well. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's like having to combat that, protect your energy, having to, you know, have God and the angels by your side and your guardian angels who are maybe your passed down family members with you to protect you and all that stuff.
Yeah, and so on the flip side, have you ever encountered spirit positively?
Oh, good question. I think so. Yes, I think I do. I think one of the guardian angels that look after me is my grandpa. Yeah. I do have like little weird things happen to me. Kind of, I don't know. It's just like weird things when I miss him and I think about him. Like his favorite song would come on. You know that song, "All for One"? I swear.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know that song? Sing it.
Sing it.
I swear.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
you know
by
this. There
the
you go.
moon. Yeah, that song. So every time I think about him and I miss him, even when I'm playing my Spotify playlist, that song will come on, even if it's not even that genre, and I know that he's there. Or something like I'll see a feather, or something like I'm going through a really, really hard time, and I'll pray for him, and I just like, can you help me get through this? And then he'll send me an Uber driver who will, who's like a guardian angel who will like give me some positivity and just, I don't know, give me some kind words. Who knows? Some weird things happen to me like that all the time. Yeah.
I like that. Have you ever experienced
No.
spirits in general? Nothing?
No spirits. They don't like me. I don't know. I don't want to see ghosts. I don't want to see demons. I'm good. I'm not messing with y'all. But anyway, let's have a little lighter question. This is from Living with Skanxiety. That is Rosario.
Yeah. Shout out Boston.
What is your pre-party amp up song?
Oh, there's so many.
You got to pick one.
I'm not prepared for this. Hold on. Can't say Party in the USA again, right?
Nope.
All right. It's probably not mainstream, but have you ever heard of Fun by Cascade?
No.
All right. So if it's, I don't know, some 50 Cent,
Okay.
Cash
All right. All right.
you know? Yeah. Akon, honestly. Akon's got some good shit. Yeah.
Oh, he's a very nice guy. I met him once in
Yeah?
Hollywood. Oh, yeah, so humble. Yeah, I met him. Oh, actually, he was living in my old apartment. Yeah, I went to his release party in his apartment, which is my
that's
apartment
fun.
where I lived in now. Such a humble guy. I just love what he's doing for the world.
Yeah. Akon City in Africa.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I just listened to a podcast with him and he's he's really given back to where he's come from.
Nice. Well, what is your pre-party amp up song? Akon?
This is embarrassing, but it's In Sync, Tearing Up My Heart.
That's a good song.
Okay, so growing up, were you NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I was more Backstreet Boys, but as I got older, I turned more In Sync.
Because of JT or?
No, because JC Chazé.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just slept upon. I didn't notice him when I was a kid because I was like obsessed with Nick Carter. But
Yeah.
but now that I'm older, I can appreciate his talent of his voice. He's an amazing vocalist. Yeah.
Yeah. Backstreet Boys too, right?
Yeah, I'm Backstreet Boys. Yep.
I'll never forget that Millennium album.
Oh, that's a really good album.
Yeah, that
I
was a
still
good
listen
one.
to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So good. So good.
All right, last question. This is from Walter Rivera.
got questions?
What are your New Year's resolutions? One New Year's resolution. Most important one.
I'm trying to find a better way to say this. It sounds so cliche, but like, just get really happy. Yeah. Because I feel like the last decade of my life, I've stayed busy. And there's been so much good, obviously. But just really focusing on like, yeah, myself, my circle, my family, and just, yeah, getting really happy.
Nice. What about you?
Mine is creating more content that aligns with my passion, getting over my trauma of creating content. I lost a Facebook page of 2.9 million followers, and it's been traumatic for me ever since. I want to get over that hurdle.
Wait, why'd you lose a Facebook page?
It got reported once falsely, and then I got it reinstated, and then it got reported again. I was making a lot of money from it, so it got reported for I guess spam. Who knows? But once it gets reported twice, you can't bring it back up again. It's like gone forever. So I lost it, and then yes, ever since then it's just like having to get over that trauma, which I think that will be my New Year's resolution. Get over that to make content that I'm really proud about, that I'm passionate about, that aligns with my acting. Yeah.
Nice.
Love that.
When did you lose it? Just this year?
No, I lost it before I moved to LA, actually.
Oh,
2
wow.
years prior. So
Oh,
when I
so
moved,
you had a following before you moved here.
oh yeah, I had a really big following back then. Yeah.
Wow.
I was banned from making a Facebook, Instagram public page for a really long time, for a few years. And then a few years ago, I could make a page again. And when I did, I kind of just left it there. But I never was able to get the following that I was back then.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Crazy.
that's a lot to get through. So
Crazy.
you're going to do it. That's
Yeah, I'll
great.
do it.
That's great.
2024.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
What?
Asking all these questions. What's your New Year's resolution?
Oh, New Year's resolution. I just want to spend more time with my family. My mom, she's not doing so well. My dad, my brother. I have kids now, so it's hard for me to spend time with them. But I want to spend time with my kids, my wife, and my family. We've been so busy for the past like 2-3 years,
Yeah.
helping everyone else when I should just hang out with my family. So
Yep, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're going to make it
Yes.
happen. Yeah, I saw this reel. I've actually seen a variation of it in the past, but it's like this guy talking while somebody's walking through a forest. And it's like, I was thinking about my parents. You guys might have seen this. And he lives not where his parents live too. And he's like, I see my parents twice a year. And the reality is my parents aren't going to live past the next 30 or 40 years. So I'm going to see my parents 60 or 80 more like hours or days until they're gone. Like make it worth it or whatever. And that really hit me. I definitely see my parents more than 2 years. Very grateful for that. Just because they come visit us, we come up there. But even then, I just think of like how often we see each other every day.
Yep.
Very grateful for that as well. But like that, my parents, I see them maybe a tenth of the travels I do or the dreams we make happen or the podcasts we shoot. And yeah, life is led by what we're passionate about. But at the same time, it's like just weird when you think about those numbers, Like if I even really tried really hard, I might not even have a whole year with my parents
Wow.
ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Time-
scary, hey?
Right?
Time is something you'll never get back.
Love
No
as
way.
well.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. Just that love of that family unit. I think that's just the most important. And time is so precious. We really don't know how long we're going to be here. So yeah, I think that's one thing I try to like definitely do is just like living in the moment, being present. you know, choosing happiness over anger. You know what I mean? Making conscious decisions. These are the things that, you know.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought while I was talking.
No,
No
but
worries.
that's kind of where I've been at too.
Yeah.
And that's something too, being present. Like I talked
Yes.
about earlier, is sometimes I grind so hard, I go to all the appearances, I go to all the events, but then I can't remember like what I talked about. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just,
yeah.
I
It's like
wasn't
autopilot?
actually. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
actually talking to Katie about that. It's like, wow, I met like all these awesome other people that do what I do, and it's great, but I can't really like pinpoint what we talked about because I was already thinking about like the 7 o'clock thing and the 9 o'clock, you know, it's kind of sad. Honestly.
Meditation
It is,
helps.
Yeah, that's really good.
Meditation.
That's something I will be honest, I have not gotten into much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been doing it for over 10 years, life-changing.
Wow. Okay.
What do? You just sit there in quiet in a dark room, and yeah, you do that.
Well, kind of, but not that dramatic.
Okay.
But it's just part of my morning routine, actually. I wake up in the morning and my self-care is my morning routine. So I do a meditation, sometimes 15, 20 minutes. And then I have my journal, my morning journal. Then I write my list, my to-do list. And then I have like my tea and spend time with like my dog and my cat. But sometimes I do it at nighttime. And depending if I have more time at night, I will do maybe an hour one. Or sometimes I do a brain frequency one to kind of relax my brain. It helps with people with ADHD, or like if you have a lot on your plate. You know, think about like how many times, like you obviously shower to wash your body, right? Every single day. Your mind absorbs all these negative things. What are you doing to clean your mind?
Wow.
I'm not doing anything. I guess I need to meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with the meditation, do you follow like a program? Do you just do it on your own? Is there a certain playlist you listen to?
There's so many ways. You can just do a self-meditation. You could just do a frequency one. You can do a guided one. Just whatever I'm feeling for the day. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I want to listen to a woman guided one today, or some days it's just like I feel like listening to a man's voice. It varies every single day. But as long as it's like kind of a discipline that I incorporate in my life for my self-care to kind of quiet my brain, it's just, as long as I'm doing that, it doesn't really matter how long. Even if it's just a minute, it's fine. You
So
know?
you do that every day, even if you're traveling, even if you have.
Yeah, when I'm
Big events,
traveling
yeah.
with my friends, when we're in Vegas and they're partying hard, I'm in the corner in the middle with my headphones in, meditating. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Nice.
That is very cool. Wow. I need to meditate. Because, you know, something I did, which I fell off of because of Cabo last week, but I was running at least a mile every single day. And I'm not a runner because
I love running.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like always lift, do classes, but like running has just never been my thing. And with everything I've gone through this year, I'm like, hey, I just need like a little thing every day. And so some days it'd be 3 miles, 4 miles, whatever it is, but at least 1 mile. Rain, shine, travel. I've literally, we've gone out to events and drank, and I've come home and gone on my mile. Like I always did it. And it was really nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just that discipline of just knowing that you can be consistent at something.
And just for myself, like I prove it to
Yes.
myself
Yes.
that I can be there for myself and do that one thing, even if the rest of the day is crazy. I have my mile. So yeah,
I love that.
so mile and meditation. We gotta do it.
2024. You got to do
Yep.
more meditation.
Man, so many new resolutions
I
in my
know.
head as we have this conversation. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on and talking with us.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Of course, it's been great getting to know you and learning all these things. I want to know more about the ghost stories because this is crazy. But where can people find more about you and what you do?
You can find me at Debbie Sath on Instagram.
Cool. Well, if you liked what you saw, what you heard, if you're on Spotify, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and
Smash the bell.
follow Debbie, and let's keep spreading good. Thanks again. Spread good, baby. Happy holidays.